Welcome back to my weekly Power Rangers Beast Morphers review. Remember to subscribe for daily videos. Today I'll give my thoughts on Making Bad. This was a bit of a surprise when it first leaked this past summer. Beast Morphers decided to do something different with their specials, and instead of making a Halloween special and a Christmas special for each season, for season 2 they decided to just make 2 episodes that use as little American footage with out-of-suit actors as possible. It's also pretty great that they decided against doing clip shows. For those unaware, the first of these specials was boxed in from the first half of the season. If you watch that episode, you'll notice that a lot of that episode is straight up Sentai footage with only a little bit of American footage. This episode had a large amount of Sentai footage as well, but not as much. They kinda made up for it by making it a semi-clip show using footage from previous seasons, and by using a lot of footage using only in-suit actors. By that I mean that a lot of the footage didn't require the use of the main series actors, so it could be filmed while the main series actors were filming things for other episodes. Like all the footage in the Crystal Dimension is just actors in costumes. The only times there are human characters there are Roxy and Blaze, but in this episode they're only in their robot forms, which is probably by design. So while the Rangers are off filming one thing, they can be filming the Crystal Dimension stuff at the same time with a second unit crew. Same thing in scenes like ones where the Rangers are at Elite Diamonds. The Rangers are in suit so that it can be filmed while the actors are filming something else and their voices are dubbed in later. If I had to guess, they either use 2 or 3 days of one of the 9-day shooting schedules Power Rangers uses to film both this and Boxed In, or just when they had extra time from filming other episodes. Anyway, enough behind the scenes talk. Let's talk about the episode itself. The elephant in the Crystal Dimension is the dubbing over the stock footage from previous seasons. It's just kind of been assumed that this was because Hasbro didn't have the rights to the music in the background of these clips, and they didn't have the raw ADR from them, so they had to re-record it. Honestly, despite what most people said when this episode aired in the UK, most of it isn't that bad. They pretty much just used generic sounding actors for most of it, but besides a few of the more iconic characters getting butchered, it was alright. Andros sounds okay at some points, but weird at others. Goldar also isn't perfect, but that's because they used the actor who voices Goldar Maximus, voiced OG Goldar, which was probably the best choice. Lord Zed is easily the worst, just out of the fact that he's an iconic character and it's so wrong. I'm not yelling at the voice actor, the voice itself is fine. I am just saying that it's so different from the original. It's very Hamillian to the point where I wouldn't be surprised if we found out in a few years that it actually was Mark Hamill cameoing and going uncredited, because he's part of a union and therefore not allowed to be a part of non-equity productions. Also, during these Crystal Dimension scenes, Roxy mispronounces Korag and Mondo's names. A lot of people were kind of upset about this. Firstly, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Secondly, I think it was probably just that Liana Ramirez's lines were directed by somebody different than the rest of the cast, because TV production is an endlessly complicated process and they pronounced it differently. Anyway, I like Ravi being a mystery solver in this episode. It kind of works off him being Sherlock Holmes for Halloween the previous year in Season 1's Halloween special, though the mystery and clues are very unrealistic and simple. I get that PR is a kid's show and everything, but I feel like they could have done something a little better than this. Overall, I like the episode. The plot is good. It's nice to see the Dino Charge villains back again, especially seeing Sledge and Poisandra bickering again. I wish they didn't destroy Sledge though. It would have been nice to see him in the Dino team-up too. I understand that they had a lot to juggle in the team-up, and Sledge would have made things more complicated, but it still would have been nice. I don't think they should have killed him off just because they didn't have anything for him to do and he wasn't in the Sentai footage. Or, I wish they at least gave him a better send-off than just having Goldar Maximus destroy him to show his loyalty. But I liked it. I liked how it was almost a villain-focused episode, which we almost never get in Power Rangers, and as I've said before, it's great that we're getting all of this build-up, especially since earlier this year, we thought the Dino team-up would just be one episode. So, what did you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. Subscribe for daily Power Rangers, Doctor Who, Marvel, and DC related content, and occasionally other things as well. Have a good weekend, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.